Hey everybody, welcome to Delectable Perception. This is Ty, and I have a wonderful guest today. We've known each other since we were like 18 and 19. Go ahead and
hmm
introduce yourself. Who are you?
Hi, everybody. Hello, Tanena, my sweet friend. My name is Martha Pearson. I used to go by Martha Cepeda back at Wiley College. um, but yes, we've known each other for a long, long time now. Thank you for having me in your program. I'm
Thank
honored.
you, Martha. And I saw that you had Agent Martha. So where did that come from?
An aspiration to become an agent, a real estate agent, and it has not happened yet. I tried for it, I went for it, but it didn't happen. I missed the test by 1 or 2 points, and
I got
I
faith.
moved on.
You gonna do it. You're gonna do it, Martha. And
Yeah.
so I want everybody to know this podcast is called Pazole, and this is gonna go over chicken Pazole.
Mhm.
And I want to make sure I say it right. I get all the ingredients right. So my first episode was what I enjoyed to drink. So Martha's one of her comfort food is Pozole. It's one of the dishes her mom makes, and I'm excited for you to tell me all about it. And we're gonna break down these ingredients and tell some stories about it. All right. So Martha, what is Pozole?
Pozole is a traditional Mexican dish. It's a soup, and ingredients are hominy and chicken broth, chicken. Some people like to mix it with pork meat,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a choice. But I cook the one with chicken, and then you put some guajillo chiles. Uh, you put some bay leaves and garlic and onion, and you just simmer it all together, and it's just a wonderful taste. So homey and so.
Awesome. It sounds good.
And of course, the main ingredient, oregano.
God, and it's when I looked it up, it's Mexican oregano because all
hmm
of them are not the same, which I didn't know.
Yeah, I guess so. That's very cultural.
So I like that, and so we're gonna go
Mm.
into these ingredients, and I want you to tell me some stories as I break down what is in this soup. All right, so
Mhm.
you mentioned I'm gonna go over chicken, and one of the main things you need in this is it Pazole or Pozole?
Um, Pozole. Yeah,
Pozole.
we don't emphasize the Z in the Spanish language. It's just.
Oh, a season. Okay.
Uh-huh.
When I was looking at it, and I found some really good recipes, and there's so many, but I tried to find the one that was the most similar to what you told me, and I was like,
Mhm.
okay, I think I can actually imitate this if I watch somebody make it. So they put
Mhm.
a lot of water in it. You need the water to make the soup, and as we
Mhm.
know, our bodies are made up of like over 80%, 90% water.
Mhm.
Without water in our system, we could be sick and it makes
Mhm.
us sluggish. So we're going to just kind of break
Mhm.
it on down. So, can you think of some times in your life where you felt like maybe you were sluggish, maybe you were missing something in your life, but if you just had that, like, like it's like I am so slow right now. It could have been you didn't have enough water, but like just think of a time where you were just sluggish and you really needed to accomplish something like that.
Yes, definitely. I can definitely relate to my studies from way back in college, and trying to imitate my mom's cooking just to maintain myself alive down there, and just trying to pick me up. Studying definitely is very dragging. It just makes you tired. And back in college, and now that I'm in nursing school currently, it makes me so tired and just overwhelmed. And I need a picker upper, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to cook for tomorrow? And then it just instantly comes to mind, pozole.
Oh yes. Now tell us now what are some things that was going on in your life? Like who is in your household that can kind of, that's a part of that mommy life?
Uh, who? Well, definitely Savannah, my oldest one. She's my firstborn. She loves the pozole. Like she says, pozole is my favorite one. She loves it. She will ask me, she will put a special request in, Mommy, can we eat pozole this week? And so
Oh,
I must say my oldest one is the one that just loves it. Yeah.
oh my God. Does she
Hmm.
help you make it?
I have not taught her yet, but she just
Oh,
turned 8. So I will definitely invite her to the kitchen more often now.
baby steps. Baby
Yes,
steps.
yes, yes, definitely.
Ooh, I tried to let
Mhm.
my 4-year-old season some food, baby. It went wrong because she grabs the
Mm.
container and just like turn. I was like, no, because
Oh
you
no.
can't take the seasonings out the way you would like to.
Yes,
And she's
yes.
just trying to help.
Yeah, things happen, but you find a way to fix them, and then, like my mom says, if it's too spicy, put a little potato or a little extra potato. It soaks in all the spiciness.
Well, thank you for that.
Mhm.
I did not know that. And
Mhm.
I really didn't know what hominy was. Is hominy corn?
Yes, it's corn, and it's basically um, cured corn, or like boiled. It's gone through a process of cleaning and then boiling, or boiling and cleaning. I don't know the process thoroughly, but it's gone through a process and is ready to be eaten. And they sell them in like these big cans, cylinder cans. And so we eat it like that from here in America. But when we were in Mexico, my mother and my grandmother and my great aunts and everybody will literally get the dry corn off the corn hut, the corn vegetable,
Uh-huh.
and cut it out and let it dry, and then eventually boil it and clean it, and it's a process.
So they
So
made it from scratch.
yes, yes. And so
Oh.
came to America here, United States, and life changing just to have those hominy
The can.
life changer.
Literally a life
Yes,
change.
yes.
So
Hmm.
when you mentioned, and I'm going through it, you mentioned there's bay leaves in it, and like
Yes.
bay leaves, I use that in soup sometimes, but I didn't know it has so many benefits. So one of them, it can be effective in
Mhm.
healing type 2 diabetes. Yes, so it'll help
Mm.
lower your blood glucose. It
Oh,
contains
good.
anti-inflammation. So if somebody's in pain or if they have some swollenness, bay leaves can help.
Yeah, wow.
It can relieve migraines and headaches, all that. So
Migraines and headaches too. Oh,
yes. So
awesome.
I was just thinking to myself, like, this overall, this in life, we have all these things we have that's
Mhm.
pulling from us, like all these responsibilities, our family, our studies, our work,
Mhm.
and like to know the things that we're eating, it can really just heal us. Like these bay leaves alone,
Mm.
it can increase.
Bailey tea, maybe too.
Yes, you
Never
can
tried.
just boil it. You can boil it. I don't know how good that'll taste, but
Little
put some
honey. Let's put a little
some
honey.
honey, put some honey in there, some lemon, and it
Yes.
can increase your blood circulation. So, like,
Mm.
I'm just thinking about blood and circulation. Like, we need our blood to flow
Yes.
clearly. We need to flow without any clots, without it going slow. Because since you're in nursing school, like, what can happen if your
Mm.
blood start slowing down in circulation? Like, what can happen to us?
Oh man. So like you mentioned in your other podcast, your first podcast on chai tea, movement is life. You have to keep moving to, keep things going, and our body works the same way. If we don't move, if the blood does not move, then organs begin to resent it. Your heart, your kidney starts to resent, and they get injured. So it is important to keep a good circulation going, so that your organs, your liver, everything just keep working the way they should. Because once the blood does not come to the organs, then that's when, things start to happen, things start to shut down, and, we don't want to get there. So,
Ooh, this bay leaf, this that one leaf,
mhm,
that one ingredient in
mhm,
there. And I was, when you mentioned like movement is life, so
mhm,
like just thinking of times in our life when we may be slowing down and we need to keep
mhm.
moving. And I know that you said you were trying to be a real estate agent, and then you had that one block in a row, that one block in a row.
Mhm.
So I mean, if you had another opportunity, would you try to take the test again, or maybe not?
You know what? I think that it is more than fair to go back and finish what I started. I think that a day will come in which I will go back and finish that process. I feel like back in the day, I was just a bit too discouraged for 1 point away passing here in Louisiana and then 2 points away from national license. It was just like so close. And my nerves got the best of me. I was shaking, and at that moment I was taking the test, I literally got asked to calm down because I was disturbing other test takers. So my nerves got the best of me, but I knew the information, so I'll get back.
Martha, you got it. You got it. So we learned, yes.
Yes.
Ooh. And then we're going to go into this oregano because when you mentioned oregano, and I was like, I had specifically looked up Mexican oregano because it just has so many of it. And this one, it really shocked me because it said it'll help prevent Alzheimer's disease. One of the things.
Wow.
Yes.
That is huge.
It'll help increase like brain function. It helps relieve aching muscles. It even helps with cramping, diarrhea, indigestion, oregano by itself.
Wow.
Yes, so I know. And that's the thing, like your mother been making this for so long, and like she may not even know every single benefit, but when you eating this soup, it's like healing you.
It is. It is. And I feel it in every spoonful.
Oh my goodness. Does she make like a big pot of it or like a small one? How does she do it?
So our culture loves to eat. Mexicans, we love to eat. And we love to eat big portions too, especially when it's soups. You know, you just want to have a whole lot of broth in your bowl. And so we would get a big bowl, and that was normal because it's soup, you know, so you get a big bowl. So she will have to make big pots of just pozole, and it will be impressive. Because it will literally be gone like past halfway by the end of dinner. I know.
So that would be the dinner.
Yes, that will be the dinner. And now when you have the soup, you top it with shreds of lettuce, iceberg lettuce, and you put radishes, and some people put tomatoes on it, you know, just chopped up tomatoes, and then definitely some lime. We see them in Spanish, we call lime, the yellow one, but lemon we call the green one. So it's a mix up, but we use the green one to just squeeze the citrusy juice into the soup, and that tops it. And of course some Valentina hot sauce, and then the tostada.
Oh, girl, you making me hungry.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I have literally put some chicken legs in the slow cooker to cook some good chicken broth overnight so that I can make some good stew tomorrow with something like that. It has bay leaves and garlic.
Oh, yes. We're going to get into the garlic next because next we got the onions and the garlic, and I love some onions. Onions are just, woo. So onions, it said it help prevent tooth decay. It'll help prevent oral infection, and also fights against toxins. And I always think so many things in all the food we eat, it fights against toxins. And I just want to ask you, like, what was the time in your life where you may had to fight against, not like physically, but like either mentally or go against something that was really trying to help you move forward in your life? Like, say if you were trying to go to a place or maybe accomplish a goal, like when was the time where you felt like you had to actually fight against something? It could be internally or somebody else. Like, can you think of a time like that?
Yeah, no, I definitely can relate to a story here recently that happened to us. We were trying to go back home to Indiana for Christmas, for the holidays, and my husband came down with something. He wasn't feeling well, and his stomach will feel kind of funny, and I'm like, oh, we got a fever going on. Oh, we don't have a fever going on. So he started getting sick, and then eventually the next day he got better all of a sudden. And so I happened to get sick the next day myself. I started throwing up and I was not having it. I didn't have fever, but I was just throwing up. So my stomach was not right either. And I was like, this is not going to stop me from going back home. This is
Mm-hmm.
not going to. And so I'm looking for ways to just improve to get better. And like, prayer definitely was there. I was praying, we could get the opportunity to go back. But I was thinking, you know what? A tea will do, or even just drinking water with a little salt in it, because that has a lot of nutrients and vitamins, the salt. So I drank a little bit of salt with a little bit of water with a little bit of salt, and that was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like my homemade electrolytes drink. But I tried Tums. It didn't work. I
It
threw it
don't
back.
always work. Tum.
It didn't work. But I was like, you know what? I have a remedy that I like to make, and it has red onion, it has garlic, it has um, honey, it has a little bit of rosemary, and it has lemon or lime. And all together, I blend it really, really well, and it's a nice little pink mixture. And that helped me get better. That helped me get better.
Did you give it
So
to your husband?
he didn't eat it. He got better right away. So I'm great. I'm glad that he got better right away without it. Yeah.
He
But
probably smelled it, Martha.
yeah, it is kind of
It's
potent.
strong.
It's potent, yeah.
All
But
right,
yeah.
it healed you though. It definitely healed you.
But it was just a little bit because it's so potent and it's so nutritious. It's so good for you, honey and
Mm-hmm.
antiviral and antibiotic, So whatever was happening there, helping with digestion too. Little rosemary in there, so
Oh
it's
yes.
hmm yeah.
Ooh, okay. Because this soup has a lot of ingredients. Like we almost like halfway.
Oh, I know.
Okay, you already mentioned the garlic too, and the garlic has some of the same principles as the onion. It fights off toxins. But this one was interesting because it said it can help treat mild metal poisoning, and I did not know that.
Metal.
Metal poisoning. So
Oh.
like metal poisoning can come from like if you're cooking in like maybe an aluminum pan, or if you're cooking
Mhm.
with some type of certain metals, if you have too much of that in your system, you can get metal poisoning. I've never had it before, but
Mm.
I know that's interesting.
Yeah, and this is the garlic.
That's garlic. Yes.
Wow.
And I know you specifically said you don't put rosemary in your pozole,
Oh
but
yeah.
for those who may do it, you said you put it in your like your homemade mixture, and I saw that it helps with your brain functions. It helps like cognitive stimulate. It stimulates your brain,
Mm.
and I missed one. Oh, let me go back to the onions because this is for everybody who may need some help in this area. It
Okay.
helps boost your libido or sex drive as well.
Oh
The
wow.
onions. And I don't even know the science behind it, but I always think about like today, like we have so many things going on where people have like a lower libido, like a
Mhm.
reduction in their sex drive. It could be from the food, it can be from drugs, it can be from alcohol, it could be from so many things. And onions
Mhm.
help boost it.
That is very healthy.
I know. I didn't. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, oh my goodness. You just like made me remember this one couple I met like a couple years ago in the Air Force that she grew up eating onions as if they were apples. And she said, I literally just peel the onion and I just grab it and I just bite into it like an apple. I'm like, you really do that? She's like, yeah.
And
And
she
I eat it all.
got the juice dripping out onion juice.
Woo, I was like, I bet you don't ever get sick.
What did
she's
she
like,
say?
she's like, yeah, I don't really get sick. I'm like, I knew it. I knew it. It was
Now,
something about just eating onions like apples. Like that must be very beneficial.
you know what? She must have some strong olfactors because you know your onions make you cry.
Yes, yes. Although if you freeze them or you put them in the refrigerator or kind of, get colder, they don't make
I
you cry
learned I
much.
learned that from you. But you said she took him out the ground, Martha. Out the ground. So that's when they're the strongest. That's when they're like you peel it and you just had tears. It's like
Yeah.
flowing.
Yes. So, but I remember the extra new benefit. I was not aware of that, and
It's
definitely can always use a boost sometime,
we all can
especially with
use
nursing school.
exactly. That's natural. We need all that happiness in our lives. We do.
Hmm.
Okay. And that just I'm just thinking, for anybody who's listening, we have to be happy in our lives. Like we just can't
Hmm.
always like fight against the natural things that's going on. Like especially when we're in a relationship, we just have to think about, okay, what are some things we can do to help boost some type of positivity in our relationships. So hey, if that's
Hmm.
what somebody needs to do is eat some onions.
Hey, you would throw them in a salsa, like a salsa bandera, just
Ooh.
onion, tomato, cilantro, lemon, salt, oregano in there. Put in your tacos. You
Yes.
eat onions, raw onions,
But let me
ceviche.
Martha, ever since you have shown me that, I copy what you do and people are in love with it.
Oh, that is
And
awesome.
so let me shout out like whoever thought my recipe was the stuff, Martha's is the stuff. Like she,
Ah.
like they don't know because everybody said like, well, you gotta try Tanetta's salsa pico de gallo. I said, I'm just gonna
Mhm.
tell y'all, my roommate made the best, and I'm just doing my best to remember what she did, and I just copied it.
Mm.
Whew, well,
You are awesome because that is definitely a staple in the Mexican food. So you got that, you got the key, baby.
baby, that's all
Yes.
the babies.
Yes.
Absolutely. No,
Yes.
we go these chilies, and you mentioned the guajillo chilies. Did I say
Yeah.
it right?
Chile guajillo. Mm-hmm.
So this one it helped reduce high blood pressure. And I
Ah.
was gonna ask you, like, have you ever encountered that in your life, high blood pressure, or like felt like your blood pressure may have been rising because you was too stressed out at all?
So I'm the opposite. I'm more low blood pressure,
Mm.
surprisingly. But my husband is the one that has high blood pressure. So
You may need some more of these chilies then.
yes,
What?
I'm gonna have to be making more pozole more often.
Actually, yes, that actually heal a lot. Cause I'm like looking at
Hmm.
these ingredients. I think it's like two other things that help lower blood pressure. But I always think about like ways to calm myself down because like I'm naturally a happy person, but it just be the
Hmm.
smallest things like it can raise my blood pressure. Woo!
Yes.
Yes,
I
it's like
remember. I listened to your podcast too. I remember you going off on that. Yes.
yeah, it could be the smallest thing, and I always and that was like reason why I thought having a podcast is a good idea to help just to talk
Mhm.
out frustration, to talk out just thoughts in my head, and same for you
Mhm.
and my guests, like you can talk it out because just being stressed is unhealthy. It's just really unhealthy.
Yes, it is because coming from a nursing school perspective, when you're stressed, you release cortisol, and cortisol is what raises your blood pressure too. And also, cortisol is what makes more toxins, buildups. So you don't want to be stressed all the time because one, your blood pressure goes up. Two, you're just creating more toxins, to more buildup in your body, and you don't want to just let it sit there. That's why, drinking lots of water, movement, good diet, and juicing, and being happy and smiling, and all of that and sleep. Sleep is a major
Oh
factor
my
in
God.
reducing your blood pressure. If you don't sleep, it raises your blood pressure. So I love sleep. Maybe that's why my blood pressure is so low.
No, that probably is right because when my blood pressure was high, I was not sleeping well.
Ah, see.
I was
Mhm.
up all night long and just up.
Mhm.
Couldn't sleep, stressed, thinking about what can I do next? Oh, I didn't finish this. Next
Mm.
thing like my
Mhm.
heart's racing and I'm not even knowing why.
Exactly. You definitely have to give time to yourself and get that sleep hour, at least 7 hours. If you can't get 8, at least 7 hours. Some people do well with 5 hours, but not me.
Not me either.
I need more than that.
Because you're going to be talking to a zombie if I get 5 hours of sleep. I'm like,
Right.
I'm going to be
But
like, I don't know what's going on here.
But you know what? Also, the type of food that we eat, it cannot necessarily be actual food. Is cell phone. You know, that's food to your eyes too. Like, what are you eating too at the same time? Because if you're in bed just watching your cell phone on the, on the bed in the bed, then you're gonna lose some sleep. So also be careful what you are doing, because that's food to your body too.
Yes,
Mhm.
what you're watching. And I've
Mhm.
tried my best. I have been changing, Martha. So lately I have been listening to like positive podcasts or just people speak positivity and it's doing better for your life. And I know that has made me like just think better of myself overall.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if I hear something and I learn this from someone else, if I start hearing a whole lot of negative things, then I'm going to automatically just think the same thing. And even though I don't
Mhm.
want to, I'm like, wait, why am I thinking like that? And I'm like, oh, because I've been watching this or listening to this music and it's been saying that. Now I'm thinking it too.
Yes, exactly. And that also helps me, reflect on the way that I'm, taking care of myself, like just what am I eating, because I'm anxious because I'm doing this, I'm watching this, I'm thinking about this, I'm anxious, I'm eating, and that gets carried away sometimes. So,
Yes.
yeah, I agree.
You should have saw me yesterday because I was eating for no reason. The
See,
chili
but you have
dog,
a gift. You have a gift. When you eat, there's something in your brain going off, breaking down every ingredient in your palate
it
and
probably
figuring
is.
out how to cook it again and how to replicate it. So you eat with a purpose.
Oh my goodness. Martha, I was in the grocery store like, oh, I want to buy some food that's convenient. I'm gonna buy all this food. And then as I'm looking at like burritos, they sell the frozen burritos. I'm like, I can make
Mhm.
that. And then they
Mhm.
had like the tacos. Like, I'm getting upset like, oh, I don't want to buy it because I can make it at home.
Yes, yes, yes. You just like I can make it better. Yeah.
Exactly. So, because I was like, I want it now, but I don't want that. I want mine. So,
It takes time, and that's definitely what I have to learn how to do myself too, because going to nursing school, having a family, just dealing with the whole, transition. And I also have a little part-time job
hmm
and other activities on the side. So, in church. So like I have to manage my time. I have to use a slow cooker. I feel like if it wasn't for slow cooker, I don't know what what I'll be doing, but definitely slow cookers keeping me alive through these times, and maybe cook a whole lot of food and then just freeze it and then take it
Ooh.
out and throw it
Have you
out.
done that? Have you been freezing it?
Well, I do a lot of Mexican beans in a big pot, and then I just put them in Ziploc bags and just freeze
Oh,
them in the freezer. And then whenever I want to make some refried beans, I take out the bag the night before, let it thaw out, or just if I don't have time, I just think about it. I just pop it in the microwave, thaw it out, and then I just start frying them, with a little bit of oil and a tortilla. I'm
yes.
telling you, I'm giving you the recipe here.
Mm-mm. You
A
already
little
know how to make the tomato.
tortilla, fry the tortilla with a yellow banana pepper slice, mix it
Yes, ma'am.
all, fry it out, and then you just throw the beans in there, the whole beans, and then let them boil. Put a little bit of chicken bouillon and smush them, and they're done.
And that's it. That's dinner.
Mhm, mhm, yeah. I mean, just beans. You can dip. You can put them in nachos. You can put them in tortillas. You can make a lot of things. It's a side dish.
See, the whole thing. You can make everything.
Yeah, right. So, but beans is definitely another side dish that you can never miss, or rice in the Mexican culture. The pozole does not have to get beans or rice. The video you're sharing, they have like sour cream and the
Right.
tostada. That's a new one for me. I never seen it, but I bet you it tastes good.
I don't know
Mhm.
what part of Mexico she's from either, because sometimes I noticed depending on where you from, you put different things on
Mhm.
your food.
Yeah. Mhm. Yes, it varies from state to state. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Jalisco, and Jalisco, I was born in a small town called Ocotlan, and it's next to Guadalajara, which is the capital of Jalisco. And there's this one channel on YouTube I really like watching because that's like my little quick to go to instead of calling mom if she's at work. I'm like, oh, where's the channel on YouTube? And I click it. It's Cocina Jauja. Cocina, kitchen. Jauja. Jauja is like, I think it's like a region or just the
Okay.
region. Cocina Jauja. And it's very authentic from Jalisco. So I like watching that one too.
Oh, thank
Mm-hmm.
you. Because I like trying different foods.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
I just
that
step to the plate and be
definitely.
like, that look good. Is it pork in it? No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can have that.
Yes, yes. And I remember you going back to college memories, like how you just will always ask me, well, what did you put? Well, what are you gonna do next? Well, can I try that? Wait, before you put that other ingredient, let me try that. And so you will like
Oh my
go
God.
for it. You will investigate. Or if you totally missed the recipe while I was cooking it, you would be like, "No, Martha, you're gonna have to cook this again and show me how you cook this next time." You made sure you emphasized that one.
Mm.
So
And
you were very inquisitive. Yeah.
people say they just think I'm like, no, I actually learned this.
Yes, and I am impressed because I'm still here trying to learn and trying to pick up skills.
I got you, girl. I got you.
You are awesome at what you do, and I love that you're doing this.
Thank you. Mark, I really want to ask you, like, so when you have the Pazole in your household,
Mhm.
what are some type of feelings, or like, is it like a family gathering, or is, when your
Mhm.
mom makes it? Like, I know you chose that
Mhm.
as like your comfort food, but like, what is like a good memory you can think of when your mom makes it,
Mhm.
or you all make it together?
Yeah, so my family right now stays in Indiana. So I've been far away from them since college in Texas, and they're in Indiana. And then here with the Air Force and my husband, my family, we've been here in Louisiana for, I don't know, 20, 15 years, a long time now. And every time I make the dish, pozole is like recreating a little piece of my childhood, a little piece of my mom's love, because growing up, she did a wonderful job cooking every meal that I ever came across.
Mhm.
And that's another thing, whenever I married and came down to Louisiana, I realized the big responsibility I had at hand, and that
Yes.
was to cook a meal 3 times a day, every day for 365 days a year. I was like, wow, all the hard work that our mothers
Mm-hmm.
did while growing up, that was something that had never dawned on me until I had to do it. And that was the moment that I was like, you know what? I have to do something about this. And I asked mom if I could copy her recipe book. And so I have handwritten by myself the recipe book that she has. And I have it here. And so every time I cook the pozole, is is just remembering my childhood, remembering the love that my mama gave us, cooking every day for us, until this day, in holidays we just went to visit them, and she cooked just beans and just pork thigh, and it was so
And that was
delicious.
it.
Oh my goodness, it
And
was
some
delicious.
tortillas.
Oh, that was to heaven, and it restores my palate. It restores memories, like, oh well, if I can do this and it tastes like my mom's, then I can cook more other
Mm-hmm.
things and it'll taste good like my mom's. Because if I can just get this right, this soup right here, pozole, then I can do anything.
Yes.
So it is very special. And then when I see my children eating it and they're like, "Mommy, I like pozole. I like this is really good. Mommy, can I get some more lemon, limon?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then you can get tostada. Oh, can I get more tostadas? I'm like, "Well, no more than 2. Come on."
Right.
But my husband enjoys it too, and it's like a staple soup in our house here in our household in Louisiana. So I'm thankful that my mom showed me that I learned from them, and
Mm-hmm.
it brings the roots back. It brings the culture back. It brings the love and the memories of my childhood back. And I'm sharing those memories with my little ones, and they're like loving that, you know? So, yeah. If I cannot cook a masterpiece, I could cook some pozole.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Martha, I appreciate you being on here. You know, I'm going to ask you a question I didn't ask you before because I just thought of it right now. So it's not going to trick you up. Not going to trip you up. But so, you know, I ask these crazy questions.
Yes.
So if you have the ability to choose a superpower, what superpower would you choose and why?
That's easy. I wish I had the superpower to cook. My husband will kill you.
I see in the background. He got that.
That is a clear answer. I wish I had the superpower to just cook a masterpiece every time, because it's an art. It's truly a gift. It's truly an art, and not everybody has it, you know. And it, like you said, you had to learn. You had to practice. You had to get. But I just wish if I had a superpower, I wish that was my superpower. Just
to make it easy.
Learning, doing anything I could be like a blessing to anybody that tasted it. That would be my superpower. I wish. Yeah, so pray for me on that.
I'm praying in the name of, I mean, you got it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
You got it, Martha.
I love that. Yes. But what would be your superpower if you could get one?
I was thinking today. Lord have mercy. I probably had one. I think I was doing something and I don't know what came over me. I said, if I can be invisible and it's like sneak into rooms and nobody know I'm there, or somebody's calling my name. Now this don't necessarily pertain to like children, but you know sometimes you just kind of get overwhelmed and you're like, I could disappear for like 5 minutes.
Yes, right.
Just temporarily.
And the bathroom don't count because they walk in there.
Yes. So, like I could sit here, but I could be like where mommy? Where did
she go? That would be peaceful. That would be
I'm looking right at you like they can't see me.
That would be a superpower for sure. I would definitely enjoy that too. Yes.
Temporarily, and I just thought I was laughing at myself because I was like, man, that'd be hilarious. I mean, like it'd be a joke for me. Like I would scare them.
Oh my goodness! Don't do that.
No, I'm not. But I'm glad you asked that because I just like let me ask you this. But it is getting late, and I don't know what you have planned or if you want to spend some time by yourself. So.
I'm going to go drink me some chai tea off the box.
And you should. And I'm gonna try to keep this going with my podcast. So I try to end it with, as always, try your best to be your best and be yourself. Have a blessed day, Martha.
You too. Love you.
Love you too, and thank you everyone for listening to Delectable Perception.